Welcome everyone, it's Vivian Cherie here, author and founder of the School of Purpose Academy. I want to welcome you all to Entrepreneur City, where we take billion-dollar brand tactics and share them with you so that you can implement it in your small business. Grab pen and paper because today we're going to be talking about how you can build a cash flow empire with subscription box services. I'm so excited that you're here, guys, because this is really a cool trend that's been growing since 2014 in a major way. And today I'm going to show you how you can implement that in your business, regardless of what type of business that you may have. So you may be wondering, am I in the right place? Well, guess what? If you are a small business owner, online or offline, I'm sure you'll be able to implement this cash flow to your business. This is all about giving you the flexibility to make money on your time and in your way. Okay, so grab pen and paper and get rid of all the distractions because we're going to jump right into this training. Now, before we get into the actual 4-step action plan that I'm going to be dropping on you, I want you to understand that it's time to bulletproof your business. You know, some of you might be thinking, why should I even care about doing this? You know, what is this all about? Who are these people, right? Well, guess what, guys? It is time to bulletproof your business. If you look out in the world now, you see everything going on, COVID-19, all types of outbreaks, crisis, challenges. I mean, life is crazy, right? You want to remain flexible in the way that you provide for your family. And that's why this is time for you to bulletproof your business. That's what these trainings are all about with Entrepreneur City, giving you the flexibility to create the business that can continue to support your family in any way, shape, form, or possible, regardless of what economy that we are living in. Now, if you're new to these trainings, let me tell you a little bit more about myself, and then we're going to jump into the training. Now, I've been in the entrepreneur space for over 7 years. Started off working for 3 Fortune 500 companies. Truth be told, guys, I really enjoy working for other people because I like being on the team. But I've always been independent and had my own thoughts and the way life should go. And after working for Fortune 500 companies for over several years, I've worked in the pharmaceutical industry, the information technology, as well as the hospitality management industries and pharmaceuticals. I don't know if I said the other one. However, I want you to understand that I learned so much and it was so cool. I met so many different people and I love to meet people. But here's the deal. Working for a Fortune 500 company, it becomes robotic. You know, you feel like you're not really a part of something more personal. And for me, I love to have a more personal impact and influence on everything that I do. So I decided that my life purpose was to help small business owners because, believe it or not, small business owners, they employ over 60% of Americans. I truly felt that. I felt so much more fulfilled when I helped people in that particular space. So here I am sharing all the tactics and hacks and secrets that I learned while working for these companies. Okay, so that's a little bit about myself. However, one thing I want to tell you is this. Not only grab pen and paper, however, this business model is so cool. I want you to understand that majority of you that are here, you're going to have a lot of more questions and you're going to want to go into it a little bit more deeper, and we won't have the time to. However, I want you to know that before this is over, if you're inspired, I'll give you the information if you want to work with me more on one-on-one basis. And if you have questions, you can always leave comments in the video section, and I'll definitely get back to you with some answers. Okay, now who is this for? Okay, let's talk more about specifics about you. Because some people still might think I can't do anything with that in my business. So let's discover some of the areas. What are some of the places that you can really think about implementing this in a business? Well, first off, it kind of originated with the Birchbox. And I say kind of because I'm sure before Birchbox came along, there's a company from back in the day that probably was implementing this service. Birchbox comes along and re-spruces it and innovates it. You know, Innovation is one of Amazon's secrets to really staying relevant in a busy society. This is why they have blown up to the business that they are. Amazon is just another business that are using proven fundamentals and principles in business. But because they understand that the marketplace wants variety and freshness, they continue to innovate. And this is why even they have started with the box services. You know, they have the Amazon Prime, but they have Amazon Wardrobe. Okay, so that's telling you that this is very profitable. Amazon is not going to get involved in anything that's not profitable. Again, you have Birchbox, they have partnered with Vogue as well. That's in the beauty industry. The beauty industry is huge. Beauty and fashion is huge in these box subscription services, but they're not the only ones. Okay, you have BarkBox. This is for the cute little furry friends that we have. Okay, so if you are a pet owner, all right, this is another industry that's huge. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that there are several different industries that are utilizing this subscription. So I have some notes for you guys as well, so I want you to definitely get in on this great information, because it was really interesting to me to find out the things that I did about the subscription based services. First off, I want you to understand that there is two models that you can follow. Number one, you can follow the convenience model, which is pretty much you're getting the same products every month, back to back to back to back, because you know you'll need those. Okay. And then the second model that you will have is a discovery model. That's pretty much where you get these samples every month, and anything in that box that you want to get the full size of, you have that option, or you'll continue to just discover and get new things every month. Okay. So that's what makes it cool. Now, here's some industries. We're going to talk about how your business could qualify for this particular type of service that will ensure that you get the most profits that you can, because obviously you don't want to be in a tire industry and you're saying, you know, what type of boxes would you deliver, you know, and you have a tire service, right? So there's certain markets that won't be able to use this, you know, unless you find some creative way to implement your services in a box service. Okay, so we're going to be giving you 7 key indicating factors that will tell you if you're in a market that will be best for this. Okay, so here's a couple of ideas. Number one, consumables or collectives, right? So most of the time in the box services, it's going to be all about consumables. So you might have tea and coffee. Okay, you might have organic wellness products. There's all type of different products that you have. Here's the deal. I want you to really open your mindset scape to this, because this is about recurring revenue, automatic customers, from socks to sex toys. Okay. As I was just saying, you have tea and coffee, food, supplements, beauty and personal care, baby supplies, pets, do-it-yourself and craft projects, socks, which brings me to, I remember I was working on a website with a young lady that did the sub box services, guys. She did it for prisoners out of New York City. Every month, the family would pay a certain fee to get these particular boxes, which would contain things that they needed every month. And that's also one of the properties of a great sub box business idea. It is the factor of it being evergreen. Is your product something that the customer would need on a regular basis every single month? See, her particular business would send them socks, t-shirts, and underwear every single month. I thought that was so cool. Now, there are 6 human needs that we all want, and these are all the underlying reasons why people buy things. See, buying is an emotional business. Selling and buying things is all about emotions, okay? We justify it later on with the logical. But when we purchase new items, if you went to go buy a Rolls Royce, why did you buy the Rolls Royce and not the Kia? Okay, because it was a certain emotional feeling that it gave you. And two of the human needs that the sub box gives your clients is the need for variety and certainty. And certainty is all about that safe feeling, right? So even with the friend that I was telling you that have the prison subscription box service, her customer families have safe the safety feeling that, you know what, my relative, my boyfriend, my husband, whoever it is, they will receive these essentials on a regular basis. They have that feeling of certainty. And again, like I said, variety. This is why people get into mystery box programs, is what I'm just calling it, mystery box programs. Okay, now here's the deal, guys. Understanding this is also key to how you would market the products and services to your client base. Okay, so if you're saying, okay, well, that's cool, I like the box service idea, but how would I market something like that? Think about these two emotional keys right here: variety and especially that certainty. Okay, that's giving me a new idea, even with meal prepping, right? Meal prep or meal box solutions, you want to think about the certainty, the safety of it. You'll always have the food that you need. Okay. Now, let's talk about the money in this industry. So I told you it was a $7 billion industry. Here is how it's been growing. I want you to understand that this has been growing for so long, the growth in it. Since 2014, started off as 1.2 billion. Here you have it right here in 2016, just 2 years later, $4.2 billion. Okay. Then after that, 2 years later, it's a $7.5 billion company. I can almost guarantee you here in 2020, the box services is probably about $10 billion in revenue, because people have continued to really get into it, especially amongst this COVID-19 outbreak, which is another reason why you want to continue to discover cash flow methods of you to make money in your business. I don't want you to rule out anything. Don't take for granted, oh, they'll always be able to come to the store. It's so sad. Even though I'm here in Georgia and things have, officially kind of started to open back up, it's so sad. A lot of businesses will not be opening back up, number one, but a lot of businesses, they still have not opened up. And if you have a retail space and that was the only way you were getting money or generating income and revenue for your family, I feel so bad for you, because it's like a ghost town out there. Atlanta is known for some of the most horriblest traffic in the world, probably by now. But I promise you, it's like a ghost town. It is a ghost town out here. So you want to make sure that you take a look at all the different options you have to create revenue and generate income for your family. You don't want to take nothing for granted anymore. People may not be able to come to your retail space right now, but had you had a subscription-based service or even a curbside pickup already in process, you would be one of those few that are really growing and excelling right now. Okay, I want you to understand this is about positioning yourself to be able to handle the curveballs and crises and challenges that life throws our way. So let's talk about, how does this look on a regular basis, like on a number scale, as far as what type of money you can make in your business. Well, this here is a chart of the different profit margins that you could really experience with this particular business model. Okay, so you can start with a low cost depending on what type of business you have. So here's some examples. Low cost markup is $1 to $15, right? You can intro samples. You can do this when you want to start a new sample product or a new product to your business, or even you can do upscaling on certain products that you've already had and you want to bring them back around. So here's some examples. The Dollar Shave Club. Guys, that's a $1 billion company now, because male grooming has taken off as well. Graze. I was thinking about Graze the other night. Graze is that company that will send you out the healthy snacks, nuts and cheese and dates and things like that, which is truly cool. So that's a low cost profit margin box, $1 to $15. Then you have the medium size or medium cost box, $16 to $25. Okay. Vegan cuts, that's really cool. So that's all about vegan. See, that's telling you that's another niche that you can be involved in. BoxyCharm, that's all about the beauty industry. Okay. Next you have high cost, $30 to $50 profit margin. Artisan value, uniquely sourced, high value, full experience. So that's $30 to $50 profit margin, just depending on what you have and who your client base is. Okay. This is not about trying to say, well, let's hurry up and mark it up. Guys, this is about having that recurring income every month. So it doesn't have to be a large amount to work. That's the beauty of this. That's why I want you to think about cash flow. It's not important as far as how much profits you'll be making. See, it all depends on what industry you're in. So for this expensive one, $50 plus, see, that's Trunk Club, and Hobby Box. That is all probably clothing and fashion. Okay. So that's obviously telling you, okay, that's an expensive side to it. But again, depending on what industry you're in, you can also see those type of profit margins. But the whole point of this is to have that cash flow, that generating income every month. Guys, that is a true definition of financial freedom. So let's take an overview of the subscription box startup process for many of you that want to be aggressive about starting this. Some of you probably have already been thinking about it. So this is going to be an overview of the process to do this. Now, first off, you want to start off with the idea. Like I told you, it's going to come in two forms. The subscription box service is going to come in two modes, consumables or collectibles. Okay, so, and then you can do it in the discovery mode or the convenience mode. You want to do something every month, or discovery mode is where you have samples here, samples there. Guys, people also use this for gift boxes. So don't only think, man, I don't have anything that, they might want to buy every month. But think about a gift. So the lady for the prison thing, you literally could buy a gift box and send someone some essentials. That's so cool, man. Gosh. Oh, anyways, so think about that. So after you do have your idea, you want to put together a prototype box. Now, the prototype box is all about the first few orders that you get. Okay. Now you want to think about how you're going to distribute those prototype boxes. And that's what this process is all about. You're going to set up a pre-launch page. So you might want to test it with some of your audience that you already have. If you already have loyal clients, loyal fans, people that are continuing to look for more, guys, this is going to be a way to really give them that variety that they have been wanting. Okay. So you're going to set up a pre-launch page. A pre-launch page is all about getting feedback from people that might be interested. Okay. Now, if you're not at that level of business yet, you should already have a pre-launch page or some type of page where you are collecting information from an email base of contacts. Because even if you don't build a pre-launch page, guys, you could send out an email to say, hey, we are going to be trying out this new subscription box service. Would you like to be a part of it to give us feedback on it? Okay. So the pre-launch phase is all about you having a way that you can contact your targeted market. Okay. After that, you want to build interest through social medias, of course. You're building your contacts, as we've already said. Then you're going to finalize the box, launch it and take orders, and then you're going to ship out your first boxes. Okay. Now that sounds like a lot of different steps. So what we've done today for you is we're going to compress it in this 4-step plan of action that I was just talking to you about. Now, once you have an idea, if this would be suitable for your business, in which I truly believe so, because the list that I just gave you really covers over 80% of small businesses. Okay, convenience, consumables, or collectibles. Okay, so there are so many different ways you can take that. And here's the other piece to it. Subscription box services, it is cool when you can actually send out a physical product. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I'm glad to bring this because retail businesses have been having such a hard time. I mean, since the boom of the internet. but definitely recently here with the COVID-19. But I also want to ensure you that if you only have an online business, you can also implement this. Okay. And online business does not necessarily mean that you have that you don't have physical products. This number one is really going to work awesome for the person with the physical products, which I'm proud to say, because it is harder and more of a markup to get those things out the door and to make money off of them. However, if you only have a digital service or product, this is still something you could implement. Why? Because you could do packages every month. So say for instance, if you are a massage therapist, you could literally still implement this in your particular business. Really, you could go out and buy different aromatherapy things and implement that in your business. See, guys, I'm always going to find a way that you can implement something in your business, because if there's a will, there's a way. You have to want for it to work. You have to work it and believe and want for it to work before it'll work in your business. Okay, so let's get into this 4-step express plan of action. Number one, you must understand who your ideal client is, but going into deeper knowledge about your ideal client for this sub box is this. You have 3 levels of clients. You have the casual user, then you have the business user, then you have the power user. The casual user uses most features and always has your products with them. The business users, they want something that is simple. It wants to be easy and powerful to use. Okay, so you have to think about that mindset of these people. Then you have the power user. He used all the features given and extended functionalities and different things that are included with your products and services. Okay, so you have your casual user, your business user, and your power user. There's always going to be 3 different levels of clients. Have you heard the saying that only 10% of your clients are really your main money points of those clients of your business? That is true. So with that being said, take a look at those 10% and put them in these particular categories. Are they business people? Are they casual? Or are they power users? Okay. Once you have your customer base understood, you can then go forward and say, okay, how could I market these boxes to them? Remember when I was talking about earlier, there's only 2 categories mainly that this is going to come in. So after you understand who these people are, you know that, okay, for the power user, I'm going to go ahead and market to him because I know he wants certainty. He likes control. So he wants the control to know that every month I'll be getting this particular thing, right? The business user, she probably will want it as well. Right. And then the casual user might want it every month, but he might want more variety. He's kind of touching around the field. Maybe I want this month. Let me try that out. Okay. You must understand who your ideal client is before these simple tactics and principles of business will work. Okay. Next, here is the next 3 steps for you to go ahead and get this thing up and rolling. First off, you want to find products. They call it procuring products for your business. So regardless of what industry you're in, I'm sure you already know where to find your products at. Okay. So if you have clothes, if you have a boutique, you already have wholesalers. Okay. So you can kind of think about, how could I do this? How could I Stitch Fix is a $1 billion company. How could I put together a subscription-based business in my particular business that I have right now? There's people that are already doing it. So you simply go to their websites and look at their processes. Okay, look at their processes and model their processes and reach out to your different suppliers. Okay, you find different products. When I did the internship for the lady that had the Housewives contract, we went around to Macy's and Nordstrom's and things like that and told them about the calls that we were doing. And they gave us tons and tons of samples of some of their best perfume. Now, check this out. I'm not saying that you don't have something that's for profit, right? You may have a nonprofit or a profit, But what I'm saying to you is reach out to your suppliers and ask them, do you have sample packs that I could purchase? Okay? Because every supplier, for the most part, they're going to have something that comes in a small piece to it, or a small portion, I should say. So talk to your different suppliers that are in your niche market. Curating. Next, you want to curate those things now. So curating is also about finding, but curating is about understanding what your target market wants and bringing in pieces that only speak to them. Okay? Curating. That's the artwork of the subscription-based business. Curating the products, picking and choosing what goes in the box and what stays out. So you can find a lot of stuff. I have so many different lists of wholesalers and beauty products and all type of products, guys. There's so many wholesalers, list after list after list. I literally have a wholesaler that sells everything denim. So if you're into blue jean dresses and blue jeans this and blue jeans that, there is literally a wholesaler that only sells blue jean everything. So finding the product is not the hard part, but curating it, because you have to think about how much it's going to cost to ship. What do I leave in? What do I leave out? That's the process and the art of the curating. And then after that, you want to share what you have finally put together. And you can share it through pictures on social media. You can share it through unboxing on your YouTube channel. But here is one of the most powerfulest ways that you could literally launch your box to fame and fortune. You could create 10 to 15 prototype boxes, and then you could find the top 10 most influential social media influencers or people or companies in your market, and send them out the boxes and ask them for comment to share and things like that. You could do that. And I'm telling you, you will be on your way to having yourself a successful subscription box services. Now, if you want more information, guys, and want me to work with you on a more one-on-one basis, you want our plan that we have, our class A to Z, how to implement this and other ways to make money in your business in a flexible and fast way in this crisis, this challenging environment, click the link in the description box and you will get all of our free information, and you will get more updates about the channels and the videos that we have coming out. Listen, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.